How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon BDSP Wi-Fi battle, and today we're going to hopefully be showcasing Magmortar in this new team that I've made. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and with that being said, let's jump into a game. Alright, we've found our opponent. They've got a pretty cool looking team. They've got a Heatran, a Metagross, Hippowdon, a Rotom-Wash, Alakazam, and a Rampardos just shoehorned in there, because why not? This is my team. Kind of thrown it together and then improved on it with trial and error, and it does do pretty well, to be fair, so can't fault me for trying. Looking at this guy's team, Swampert is going to have a field day. Just got to watch out for the Alakazam and watch out for the burns and stuff like that, but there's no way I'm being touched by that Metagross or that Heatran or Hippowdon. Speaking of which, Venusaur is going to put in some work here as well, being a grass type. It can completely wall Rotom. Looking at this team, I'd say either a Hippowdon or a Rotom-Wash lead. So I'm going to go ahead and lead with Venusaur. I think that's a good idea. And the battle begins. They're going to lead off with Metagross, which isn't the best lead for my Venusaur, not going to lie. Maybe they counter-leaded me, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what's going through their head at the moment. So I'm going to switch out straight away because I don't want to stay in against the Metagross. But the best thing I've got to switch in, well, if I assume he's going to go for a Psychic move or a Stealth Rocks, the best thing I've got to switch in is the Scizor. There's no coverage move that Metagross could have other than Earthquake to deal with Scizor, so we're in a decent position right now. We're kind of neutral because I can't really touch him, he can't really touch me. Goes for a Meteor Mash, so I'm glad I didn't bring Weavile in for the Psychic move. Whew, that was a close one. That Meteor Mash did a truckload of damage to me, which I'm not a big fan of. Which tells me straight away he must be choice banded, right? So I think it's safe to say he'll switch out right now, because I could be a Thief variant for all he knows. Yep, they're going to withdraw the Metagross, which is great. We've got a bit of initiative straight away. Brings the Heatran in. And now with the Heatran in, we can just go for a U-turn real quick, and we can bring in something that can deal with the Heatran. Something like Swampert, I'm feeling. I'm feeling Swampert. They're going to definitely bring in Rotom-Wash. So I think we go Swampert and we use it as an opportunity to set up Stealth Rocks. I think that's the play we go for there, because once the Rotom's in, we can just switch out into Venusaur, no problems. So I think this is the best play. We just go for Stealth Rocks here. We've already seen leftovers, so we're not going to see any Power Herb Solar Beams. That's something I never see myself. I only ever see it when like Skyrander uses it. So let's go for a Stealth Rock. We're going to withdraw the Heatran. Are they going to go into the Rotom-Wash? Yep, they're going to go straight into the Rotom, so we've got a good idea of their pattern of thinking right now. They are making arguably the most safest plays, to say the least, so I'm fully expecting to go for a Volt Switch this turn on the anticipated switch, but I will go into Venusaur anyway, because Swampert cannot touch this Rotom with anything. Right, there we go, switch out the Swampert. We're going to the Venusaur real quick, because I can just wall the Rotom to oblivion. As they go for a trick. Oh, interesting. Choice specs. And they got the black sludge. How brilliant is that? He's going to want a trick again. He's definitely going to want a trick again because he can't have black sludge on his Rotom. That's not going to work for him. We do have a choice specs Giga Drain, which is great. Don't think he'll want to stay in, though. I don't think he will trick. I think he'll definitely switch out to Heatran right here. So I'm going to go for an Earthquake. I'm going to see if we can make this read. There's the Volt Switch. Do we go into Heatran? Please go into Heatran. I'd love to get an Earthquake off on the Switch. That'd be great. That'd be perfect. Yep, there's the Heatran switch. Hopefully this Earthquake does a decent amount of damage. I think it should 2-hit KO after Stealth Rocks. It really just depends on what kind of Heatran it is. Go for the Earthquake. Nearly takes him out. That's in perfect range for Stealth Rocks to do the job. So, with that in mind, I need to just make a few checks. So we're in luck. I had to just double check my speed tiers because I'm not very strong with speed tiers. We are in a position right now where we outspeed the Heatran. Because max speed Heatran does not outspeed max speed Venusaur. I had to look it up. I had to just be sure because I didn't want to lose Venusaur right here. However, my opponent did lose their Heatran right there, which is great. And you know what? This is my third attempt of getting a battle up. All of them have just DC'd on me. Everyone's in a DCing mood, so we'll have to see how it goes. So Hippowdon's coming in. We can't really touch this because unfortunately we are locked in to the Earthquake. However, that doesn't mean we don't have a switch in. We do have the switch in being the Swampert. So I'm going to go ahead and switch straight into the Swampert. Doesn't seem to be any reason not to. And we can just go from there and see what they want to do. They're probably going to set up the Stealth Rocks, I think. Either that or they just go straight for an Earthquake. They're going to go for Yawn. Interesting. Interesting. That is an interesting one, if I do say so myself. I think it's pretty obvious what comes in now, and that's the Rotom. Ideally, I would like the Rotom to trick the Black Sludge back onto my Venusaur. That'd be nice. I say we go straight for a Waterfall. Just screw it. We're going to withdraw the Hippowdon. I don't mind Swampert being put to sleep, to be honest with you. It's not the most ideal situation, but I suppose on hindsight, I could have probably read the Rotom switch, but I just kind of want to get some damage off on it because look, we're getting chip off of it. And all we need is the Rotom out of the way and wake up Swampert, and we might be able to just completely destroy his team. So luckily the Black Sludge is on the Rotom, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Hoping he goes for a trick here, so I'm going to go ahead and strategically switch into my Venusaur again. Just to see if we can get the Black Sludge back. If he goes for Volt Switch, that's fine, we can deal with that. The switch into the Venusaur would probably be Alakazam. No, not Alakazam, it would be Metagross, won't it? Probably be Metagross. Right, there we go. So we've got our Black Sludge back, which is great. They've got their Choice Specs back, which is not too bad. Not too bad, I don't say. And I'm looking at his team and I'm thinking he's definitely going to Volt Switch on me. He outspeeds. We know that. Does he Volt? He's going to Volt Switch. Do we hard switch into Swampert right now? And try and drain another sleep? I think we do. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go into Swampert. I'm expecting him to go for a Volt Switch. I just can't stop thinking about it. Will-O-Wisp, but it failed. And he's locked into that. So he has to switch out right now. I could just go for an Earthquake. No, he's going to stay in. Interesting. But this is an interesting turn of events. I'm actually going to go for Waterfall instead. Because I wake up after he goes for Will-O-Wisp. So the minute I wake up, I can just switch out and avoid the Will-O-Wisp. Okay, they're going to go for Will-O-Wisp again. It's obviously going to fail because I'm asleep. Still fast asleep, but this is great. This is great for me because it means I get to burn through these sleep turns pretty easily. My opponent's dead set on getting a Will-O-Wisp off on my Swampert, but it's not going to work because you're going to go for it before I wake up. And then when I've woke up, I'll just switch out into Magmortar and wall you. So they're actually going to withdraw their Rotom now. Something is going to take a Waterfall to the face. It is going to be Metagross. Because I think we're going to wake up this turn. Watch and learn. Watch and learn. We're waking up. There we go. See? On command. Basically on command. We get the Waterfall off, which didn't do too much damage. I'm going to go ahead and go for an Earthquake. They might switch back into Rotom. I feel like they're going to expect us to switch out into Scizor, though. Grass Knot! We do live because it's a Metagross, not the most, you know... Is Grass Knot a special attack? Well, that caught me off guard there. And I've never seen anyone run Grass Knot on a Metagross. I guess it makes sense for the coverage against stuff like, I don't know, Hippowdon and Swamperts, I guess. But I never really build a team with that in mind. All right, Rotom's coming in. So there's a thing here that I'm looking at, and I'm thinking to myself, do I go for a Waterfall? Or is that too risky? We don't have any recovery. Do I mind getting burned? / KO'd by a Hydro Pump. If we get KO'd by the Hydro Pump, we get to bring Venusaur in for a free Giga Drain, which will hurt. Bearing in mind, he's got a Hippowdon, a Rampardos, and an Alakazam left. I wouldn't mind getting some damage off on any of them. So let's go for a Waterfall. I think we should go for a Waterfall. Trick? Last ditch effort to get rid of the Choice Specs, eh? That's fair enough. My Swampert gets to stay alive, I guess, and I also get to go for an unburned Waterfall, which will take out the Rotom. So that's one less thing to worry about, I guess. So what are they going to bring in now? That's the real question. I believe we are locked into Waterfall now. Not too bad of a thing to be locked into. Okay, in comes Alakazam. Alakazam, the beast, the legend, doesn't have Magic Guard. He must have a Synchronize or something like that. I don't know. Either way, I'm looking at my team and I'm thinking, do I switch straight out? I'm fully expecting a Psychic to come here. Can I just switch into Weavile? I think I can. I think I can just go straight to Weavile real quick. So we'll switch Swampert out real quick like. Bring in the Weavile. And yep, there's the Psychic. Completely doesn't affect us, so we are in a good position right now because we do outspeed. We can go for Throat Chop. Do we want to go for Throat Chop? Let's go for Throat Chop. I was thinking just in case they switch out. They're not going to switch out. They're going to let their Alakazam go down. Whew, there we go. And we've only got 2 more Pokemon left to conquer. We've got a Hippowdon and a Rampardos. And I'm pretty confident we can get through them with the team we've got left. All right, there's the Rampardos. This is something that Weavile can't really deal with. So I'm tempted to just let it go down. All we really need to win this is the Venusaur. However, is Choice Scarf Rampardos a thing? I don't know. Is it? Is it? I don't know. Let's go for an Icicle Crash and find out. They aren't a thing. Well, they might be a thing. They might just not be ringing on this particular Rampardos. Icicle Crash does a solid amount of damage, which is great. We actually flinch them. This is just... Wow, this game's just turning out to be a perfect one for us. I reckon this is where we find the DC, right? No? They're going to stay in and take the Throat Chop like a champ? Kudos to them. Kudos to them. However, this is the part where Weavile's going to go down because I don't really have the greatest switch into a Hippowdon. Hippowdon is a bulky boy. It's going to be a tough one to break through. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Go for an Icicle Crash and just see how much damage we're doing with Weavile. It's nice to be able to use Weavile. Weavile is one of my favorite Pokemon. It is actually my favorite Pokemon, obviously. And, you know, in Sword and Shield, I didn't get to use it nearly as much. And that damage for a Focus Sash Weavile. Oh, it was a crit. Never mind. I was so... we got the flinching as well. We got the flinch as well. Oh, my Lord. This is what happens when you make the right plays. Bigging myself up a bit there. You make the right plays, and Hax is on your side. I just flinched him twice. His last 2 Pokemon, his last 2 chances at redeeming and getting at least 1 KO, and he's going to forfeit. I would forfeit as well. There's no point staying at that point. That was a fun game for me. I feel like that would be an entertaining battle because it's rare I ever get a win like that. And I don't think that my opponent made any particularly bad plays. I think Hax was involved. But it was a fun one regardless. I had fun. Anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.